everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. Hopefully everybody is having a good one. Let me fix the webcam. How did this become a regular, a regular ritual for the streams? Hey guys, how's it going? Let me fix the webcam. The fuck is that, dude? As you can tell, I never figured out how to do the defaults. I have no idea. But then again, I've been barely spending, I want to say barely spending productive time in my room. Every time I'm on, I'm throwing together videos, but when I'm not doing that, I'm playing the game. I've been doing a lot more arenas now. Really just been trying to figure out how to play Outlaw all over again. It's been actually fun. Very enjoyable time. How's everybody doing though? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. You are my bro. Love the stream. Yo, Kimbo, my man. How you doing? My dude. Dala, what up? What up? Kimbo, what's up? Seavark, how you doing, my man? Seavark already got to go. Perfect. Fucking perfect. Next to me, how you doing, my dude? Worthless, how you doing, my man? James, Lee, T, and Wow Vale. How you boys doing? You guys are having, hopefully, a good one. Let's get the stream up and running, shall we? Not waste any more time. Get some boys in here. How's the music? Loud. Music is very loud. I'm so glad I put together that video of that Warlock. If you guys were there for that, Destra Warlock proc build literally keeps an emulator on an enemy and they go from 100% health to 50 and then you just chaos bolts them for the rest of it. It's insane! You got trinkets and everything for it. It's nutty! What's up, yo? What's up, Warlord, my man? Hope you're having a good one, dude. How you doing, my mustache? What's up, Zorzaya? How you doing, dude? My mustache has been not on fleek, man. Not on fleek recently. It feels like, if I can be frankly honest with you, the right half does like a curl just fine. It's very friendly and very helpful. This one though, no matter what I do to it, no matter, because sometimes you just have to sit there and like twirl it. That's how you really get into that like curl. As you can tell, this one's been a little bit more lame. I think that'll help you see a little bit better. This one has been a little bit more on the lame side. And I've been a little unhappy about it. But good thing I don't look in the mirror and I don't really see myself on OBS that often. It actually is covered because there's just too much stuff on my monitor. Couldn't even find the word for it. Let's never worry. Alrighty, let's actually not waste any more time. Let's get on some duels. I'm hoping to see some variety, and if you guys want to try different specs and different builds, I'll be always happy. Yo, see, like if you want to hit up that frost mage, just get for them shatters, pa pa pa. Get in there, just pa pa pa. Some ice dances in there, more than welcome to. If you want to play fire mage all day, hell, see, if you want to hop on and play a feral, fuck what everybody else thinks. Just get on and have some fun, my guy. Shows a fun build, or just enjoy yourself. That's all I care about, boys. Yeah, 5 people. Perfect. Mauve got people. We got us. I'll see working people. We got people for people. Sorry to go for a horde side. Hell yeah, my dude. Blizzard watches you, in my opinion. You think so? I don't think it do. I think Blizzard does to us to an extent. I think they watch all the streamers to some extent. I don't think Blizzard. They might know of. Hey, there's a guy that does duels named Dalaran. Dumb name, I know, right? But I don't think they actually pay attention to me that much. But that's just my personal opinion, dude. But that's just me. I'm running big damage building feral. Fuck yeah, dude. We got Elendilio in here with a full group. We got Saab, but I'm waiting for Seavark. Here's the first man and Moff. Do I have you added, Moff? Moff, do I have you added? Don't need to add you right now. Who's rocking the mustache first? You or the Kultirans? I think when I saw the Kultirans have mustaches like that, and then we're gonna be making playable as a race. I think it's about the time when I started like getting lazy with shaving. I was like, let the beard grow out, and I was like, I have a little bit of a mustache. I'm gonna let it grow. I'm gonna let the sides grow. You know what I mean? Now I'm self-conscious, dude. I'm trying to straighten this out. I'm trying to get it to curl again. How's it looking? Not much better. Yeah, I need to twirl the mustache a bit more. Either way, we're gonna stop doing that garbage. Okay, we got Elendilly here, we got Sav in here. We have a group. Alright, the Duke, do I need to add you, my dude? I'm with Elendilly. Okay, Elendilly. Okay, Elendilly got a group. Sav got a group. We'll get those two going first, I guess. If you guys want to get some groups up and running, you guys know what to do. If you guys don't, I'll explain it after this duel. That works out. Elendilio and Sav getting in here for their first duel of the day. Blades Edge Arena Let's go, boys. Give me a show. Give me something that I am going to be entertained with. What's up, Particle? How you doing, my man? Bosses group are formed and ally and horde face each other. Hell yeah, dude. Just say your character name and run them. Since that I have the disc, disc, by the way, in description below if you talk about Discord or description or whatever you mean. Character name them, mine or the other groups. Mine, Dalaran, XP on Illidan. The other guys, Ellen, Rose, XO on, I don't know what server, Goldrun? I don't know, honestly. Alrighty, boys. Switch. We got ourselves I am so dope fool. I like that name. What are the swords, by the way? That's the Kallax and Pandaria weapons, right? We got ourselves Psyched in here as well. He's Psyched Spartan here. You said Poe and Zulalu playing the Boomy. We also got Boomaster on Team Red doing a little bit of a jig, a little bit of a dance. We got Seabark playing the Feral Druid. Domin, Windwalker, Peachy playing that Feral Druid as well. And Rose XO as a human Red Paladin. It's gonna be Dom versus you said Popo. Monk versus Monk. One of these dudes going down in a body bag, man. It's gonna be actually Crucible off the bat for you said Po, getting a stun onto Dom right now with images. Maybe Fist of Fury right afterwards. Is he able to lock it down? Not using Fist of Fury for whatever reason, but Dom is able to get quite a bit of damage. Fist of Fury coming out for him right now. There's gonna be a little bit of heals coming out for you said Po. Getting hit with an interrupt immediately. And it's safe to get Brocken out right now. Might be seeing some defensive cooldowns out of Yusuf Po pretty early on, trying to land a Fist of Fury onto Dom, not able to lock him down. That's going to be an in-cap while he's super low. One more ability could take him out. Might want to karma this a little bit early. He's using Crucible to self-heal, is going to port away. Vivify's trying to save that karma for later. And it looks like he is going to be able to get himself a little bit of a reset. Fist of Fury hitting him. He has to karma, so this is how starts dipping low. Going to be a karma for... You said, doesn't look like there was a karma for Domin. Look up for a second, he might have. Is going to be yet another silence on a cast. You said Po just having the hardest time healing himself, having to use every Crucible defensively. Fist of Fury to lock down Domin, but it's going to be a little bit of a ring of peace right now, at least to get this Orc Monk away. And Fist of Fury should be able to lock this down, trying to land another Vivify. Not getting interrupted on this one, but a spinning crane kick is enough to take him down. Getting a big old port, and Zulalu is gonna be up next. I'm gonna switch the song just because that's a good song, but not the best. This song's pretty good though. Zulalu playing the Boomy. He's gonna have to find himself a good angle on Dom, and Dom is just gonna hug this corner here. Has the port set up and ready to go. It's gonna be the hardest duel for a Boomkin though. Honestly, gonna be a really hard one. He wants to find a way. Like, he's like, what angle should I approach this? Is gonna pop out into a root, silence, focus Azure beam. Is not gonna do enough damage though. Does a little bit. Incap still able to get popped out by Dom. Early trinket coming out for Zulalu into a karma and thorns. And actually, Dom is gonna use those thorns to pound that thorns damage through that karma back to Zulalu, having to use renewal and Barkskin and trying to just run away from Dom while he has incarnation rolling. He used to min-max that incarnation. No more karma out of Dom, so if Zulalu has a couple Star Surges back to back, he might be able to take down the Monk. One Star Surge coming out into a root. He does go for a little bit of a wall with a Vivify spam. Zulalu is going to be playing defensively as well. I think this way he wish he would have had enough Star Surges in, enough insta-cast available to just pound Star Surges back to back into the Monk, but Zulalu is going for a full reset. That's going to be his in-card. He's not going to be able to play around in-card, so now this duel already was difficult to begin with. But now it just might be at the point where it's unwinnable. If Zulalu can maybe come back, even get close enough to getting Dom down, he might stand a chance, but that was full incarn. Maybe he might be running, let's say, Vision of Perfection, and maybe that incarn will proc back to back to be equivalent to the full extent of a brand new karma. That would be great, but I don't know if it'll actually work out for the guy. He's running Beam, the meme beam, so I don't know if that's going to work well. I guess is he actually going to wait and sell the whole time? Wait, Zulalu, don't be that guy. I swear to God, don't be that guy right now. Don't sit in stealth with waiting for your card. That'll be way too silly. It is popping out. I might have just persecuted this man. Barkskin coming out early for Zulalu is gonna get thorns up and running with a focus Azure beam. Maybe he'll get interrupted on it. It's gonna be Dom actually backing up for a second. Zulalu can go for a little bit of damage now. And Dom does have Kara back up, so he's actually secure. Thorns are still up. Actually, the goo come down as of right now, so couldn't really combo the Thorns into the Karma. Karma into the Thorns. Touch of Death onto the Lala. Might be down for the count here. Trying to get himself a little bit of a heal. That's going to be a little bit more mobility. Is going to be able to establish a root onto Dom. Touch of Death does hit him, but it doesn't kill him. And Dom looks like he might be able to get a couple blackout kicks. Yep, that's it. That's all it took. I'm so dopeful. Is this man gonna be the one to stop this Monk's Rampage 2? All right now. Dom needs to come down. He does have every cooldown available. I'm so dope coming in with the fresh cooldowns as well. So this should be a pretty good setup for both of these monks, honestly. Let me switch the music real quick while they're giving each other a bit of an honor duel. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys giving each other an honor duel. I'd rather have you guys giving each other a full honor duel than none. It looks like Dom is trying to buy himself some more time with a mount. I don't know what cooldowns he's waiting for. Maybe offensives. He doesn't have Touch of Death. So that's one big difference. I'm so dopeful has a lot of offensive power. He does have that Touch of Death. Dom should have a trinket backup and everything. I don't know if he's running Relentless or a trinket. Human ratio should be usually enough to deal with stuns, but that's going to be a little bit of ring cap on some dopeful. And that's actually going to be a stun on the Orc Monk into the Fist of Fury. He does ring Dom away for a second and is going to be able to catch up, but that's going to be trinket out of I'm so dopeful, but that was a stun for Dom. If Dom can buy himself a bit of time until the next minute and then go for a little bit of a leg sweep later, giving a little bit of a bow to I'm so dope. Disarm onto that off of that stun right after. Dom trying to leverage as much damage as he can. It's gonna go for a karma off of that Touch of Death. That's gonna be karma back for I'm so dope. Nobody wants to eat that karma damage. They're just passing it around to one another through karma. That Touch of Death damage has gone through all these different positions, through all the different people. While available for Dom, he's looking quite decent. Vivify's coming out for I'm so dopeful, so it looks like both of the monks are going to be a little bit of a reset. And it looks like I'm so dope is still trying to get himself recovery. Dom feeling pretty confident, trying to get ahead. And it's going to dragon kick on top of I'm so dope, but Fist of Fury is going to start pounding him. Ring a piece to break it up for a second with the Crucible to follow offensively. Finally gets his own Fist of Fury, but that's going to be I'm so dope. Dragon kicking out of there. Leg sweep down onto this monk with a Touch of Death. No karma available. I'm so dope might have himself in a worse situation possible. Does have a ring to separate himself from the other monk, but that's going to be a port. Still able to run away. That Touch of Death does stick down, but doesn't do the most amount of damage. And Dom disarming I'm so dope preemptively, so he does not get hit with a Fist of Fury, but still leg sweep with a Fist of Fury is going to do quite a bit of damage. Getting a Fist of Fury of his own. I'm so dope not looking that good. Does have a dragon kick to at least separate themselves. Is trying to get a Vivify. Does Dom have an in-cap or anything? Actually going to go for a reset himself while he's got the energy for it. In-cap coming out by I'm so dope. Still trying to catch himself a little bit extra healing. In-cap coming out on him now. And if Dom can just secure it in and just close out the game, he might stand a chance. Leg sweep is going to be trinketed out, but he still is looking like he's a little bit ahead on cooldowns. Although that was his Touch of Death. If maybe I'm so dope gets Touch of Death of his own soon, he might be able to stand toe to toe. But karmas are back up, so if any cooldowns are up, both of these monks are just going to shift in karmas around. Karma does offer a little bit of healing, but with dampening closing in at 12% right now, close to 13% at a 7-minute mark. We're going to see ourselves a little bit less healing every single time. So that karma, you just damage passing around. It's like you played tag. The last person is it, literally. Into Alexi. Bondo, I'm so dope. He does get a trick out of it. Has images rolling for Dom. Trying to abuse as much damage as possible into the guy. Fist of Fury came out. Wall up for Dom. This is his opportunity to go maybe offensive. No trinket available for I'm so dope. That's going to be a karma out of I'm so dope. Out of the Orc Monk. It looks like Dom is just going to pound it through. Just Fist of Fury through that karma into a leg sweep right after. And is going to pop himself a little bit of a diffused magic. Double ring coming out so they both are able to boop each other out of the way. Dom not letting I'm so dope run out. And now Dope is without a trinket. Next leg sweep with a big setup for Dom. Could be the end game for this Orc Monk. He is playing Orc. Touch of Death actually coming out onto Dom right now. He could turn around with a massive karma. That's exactly what he's going to do. And I'm so dope does not have a karma anymore. So that damage is going to do quite a lot. Dom can secure the kill right here as I'm so dope is just pressured by that karma. Taken down with a massive dodge. Trying to recover it from Vivify. Still super low in health. 90% dampening in cap. Might have been a hero. That's going to be a trinket up for Dom right now with a touch of his own right here. If Dom can catch up and get as much damage out, Fist of Fury locking him out, that Touch of Death is going to do some damage, actually gets him super low. Dom did pop a health trinket to increase the value of that karma, because karma does damage based on your health. So Dom, Dope is just not looking that good right now. I'm so dope is still in a bad spot. I feel like a fool right now. And down he goes with a Fist of Fury whirling dragon punch to finish that game off. Next up is Psyched. How psyched is Psyched right now? Gonna be a little bit of a underrod trinket, not proccing quite as often as we expected for Dom. But Psych already getting huge damage onto the Monk. No karma available. He's trying to see if he can one-shot him right now. Trying to avoid this Fist of Fury. Verifies it coming out to the I-beam. And Psych does not have to deal with the Fist of Fury anymore. Trinkets out of it. Dom trying to survive. His underrod trinket going to do a lot. Actually controlling this damage run onto Psych. His health is super low. Could be anyone's game in cap for a second. So Dom is able to catch up on health. The underrod trinket doing quite a bit of healing. Even 26% dampening. Psych might want to drop Darkness or something. He actually has the game to win. It's his game to lose. Blade Dance a little bit. Does he have anything? Darkness coming out. Trying to rely on the Darkness. Dom is just going to bail away from the Darkness with a ring behind him, trying to make sure there is space between the two into an imprison. If Psych has another stun, he might stand a chance here. It's going to be a big old Rise of Sun kick, taking him down as the I-beam comes out. And Spart is the last man standing on his team. Try to see if he can deal. That's actually the first guy on Team Red. And so far, nobody been able to beat him. And Spart is going to get hit with a Karma off the bat. Drop down a Rune of Power. Try to see if anybody can one-shot Dom in the opener. But doesn't look like it's going to be happening. Is going to get himself a temporary rolling into Arcane Missiles onto Dom. Right after, I believe Spart, you might be able to steal the Underrod Trinket. Like every time with procs, you might be able to steal that heal from it. So that's pretty huge. So anybody running the Underrod Trinket, Spart, playing Arcane Mage, has plenty of mana. Has enough mana to deal with the spell steals. He might be able to stand a chance here against this Monk. We'll have to wait and see though. Dom mounting up. How's Spart going to handle this though? Him playing with a Spart playing with Touch of Death coming down. Is there going to be an Ice Block? Dom is trying to see if he can force out that massive cooldown. Spartan's actually going to be blinking away, picking up the eye by an accident. Touch of Death is going to drop it down to half his health. How is he going to be able to utilize that Rune of Power though? That is my question. Blood of the Enemy? Wait, does he have a good setup? Blood of the Enemy? Trying to go for a big old one-shot? I don't think he's going to be able to get it. That's quite a few. What though? What is that damage? Those Arcane Missiles were one-shotting the guy. What dampened magic coming out? Just trying to reduce as much magic damage as he can. Spartan's going to get himself just a little bit of health available. Still pounding Arcane Missiles. Gets hit with an interrupter with a Rise of Sun kick. Oh my god. Spart, what was that damage? But Dom ended up 1v5ing everybody, man. Very well done. This is the upload. You think so? Well, maybe, because I actually forgot to record the audio. So if I'm able to rip the audio from the stream, then yes, it might be an upload. Until then, I forgot to record it. The audio part. The video is there, the audio isn't. God damn it. How the fuck? Does it work? Oh, it doesn't work. That's a problem. Yeah, that shit just wasn't working to begin with. Son of a bitch. Because I know I hit record. Okay, boys. Player gotta go up. We got a 5. We can make him go last. That's fine. I guess I can get L and Dilly. And Sa, we got him too. Let's get player versus L and Dilly right now real quick. Yeah, we'll have that one go last. So everybody on Team L and Dilly can actually play the game. How does that sound? Dude, Spart, I like what you were trying to do. I want to see you actually get the Blood of the Enemy off. I want to see what that's all about. I want to let Spart play more. I feel like they should disable PvE effects for PvP. Like Underrod Trinket, you mean, Sashimi? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. All you Wicklings dudes run around. I know, right? Shit, dude. Among is good, though. He is good, but we don't want everybody on Team L and Dilly to even have a chance. So having him go last would at least let everybody play. And if he's the last man standing, he'll get to clean up. How can I get into this battle? Oh, I'll show you guys right after this game. How does that sound? Last video about new weapons and passive auto attack proxy 6% on life. Oh yeah, those are gonna be nuts, dude. Yeah, those are gonna be nuts. I don't know how good those are gonna be in PvP. They might disable them for all I know. No guarantee. Twitch. What do we got? We got ourselves E-boy. You looked at all the E-girls. You heard of E-girls? Get ready for the E-boy. How you doing, my man? We got Karma GG Port in the back. We also got P-Blood. We got Shadow Flash, Vextech on Team Red. We got ourselves good old Boomasaur, C-Bark playing that Feral Druid. Dom gonna have to go last as a monk. He just got to play Peachy. And first up is gonna be Rose XO versus Karma GG Port. We don't have chill pills here this time. Normally Karma GG Port just runs in, blows everything on chill pills, one-shots him, and gets out of the game like that. Lexube coming out off the bat onto Rose. Going to be a Hodge. Actually, Rose is going to take quite a bit of damage from the Touch of Death. If the Monk is able to get himself more damage out, Shield of Vengeance coming in. It's actually going to absorb most of that Touch of Death. Actually, all of it. He actually still has a little bit of Shield of Vengeance up. That's going to be a big port for Karma GG. Karma coming out right now. Rose could go for a bop. Not going to do it, though. They're going to let the Shield of Vengeance pop real quick. It's just gonna wait it out. Does not want to use any massive defenses quite yet. Just trying to literally walk away from the monk if they can do that. And Karma is gonna have to go for a little bit of hide game. Wings coming out for Rose. So are those the minute-long wings or the real wings? I really hope, yeah, minute-long wings. I was gonna say, what if that was real wings? Probably would have seen him mount up and everything. And Karma getting a pre-wall a little bit early. In-cap onto Rose. So he's gonna have to wait until he has some cooldowns available. Karma not available for a minute, so 60 seconds to wait on the Karma. That's gonna be a little bit rough. Not having a trinket either. Rose XO could one-shot you. Good thing you are an Auric Hodge coming down. Is he going to be able to get the most damage out? He's trying to get that execute sentence. Maybe a judgment. Get a hit with Alexium right after. Trinket for it. Going to be a port for Karma GG port. Being an Auric does not sit in stuns long enough for Rose to pressure him and lock him down for a moment. Does get a Crucible at the end there. That wasn't even real wings either. That was just a minute-long wings by the looks of it. So far he's been using minute-long wings for his burst. But like now he realizes he cannot Hodge Karma. Or if you do Hodge him, you gotta pop wings, then Hodge, then go. Or you gotta pop, get your execution sentence early, get all the setups, then wings, then Hodge, then burst. Because you have like only 4 seconds or so to get the damage out. Does he even need wings? He's trying to get as much damage as he can without wings, just trying to will Karma down. 9 seconds left until the Karma is available. Maybe Rose is trying to get Karma low, force him to use Karma, gonna press a bop right after, and then try to see if he can knock him down. Maybe a bubble. Could leverage one of those big cooldowns in order to take down Karma, but that's going to be tough. Just for the sake that he is an Orc. But Rose XO is going to be just fine for it. I never realized just how big that stun reduction is. Maybe going against Paladins with a Relent might be a better idea. I know adaptation is super good, but Relent might be even a better idea. Touch of Death coming down to Rose XO with a Karma to follow is going to bop it since there is a Touch of Death as well. Now he is more reliant on that bop in order to remove all those damage and effects. And Karma is going to bail out of there. Won't have his Karma for a minute 20. So it's going to be quite a bit before he is able to use it yet again. That's going to be pretty defenseless. Does have a pre-wall. He is also Orc. If he is able to maintain his health high above before he gets hit with a Hodge, Hodge coming down has a trinket for it, and that's not going to be wings out of Rose XO. Just going to try to get whatever damage he can from a distance. He's playing for the long game. It did get a wall as well as dampen magic out of Karma. If he can maintain his health low, get him in a full Hodge. Get Execution Sentence rolling as early as possible. Maybe a Wake of Ashes right after. Then he might be able to go for a big setup, but until then it's going to be a little bit rough. Fist of Fury connecting back with Rose XO. He's just thinking of running in the other direction for now, using the Crucible to maintain himself. He's just trying to whittle Karma GG port down. So I think like Karma GG port, as long as he maintains his health above, what, 70%, he might be just fine. That is going to be a little bit of a, Shield of Vengeance, and Karma does bail out of it immediately. Decided, you know what, maybe the Paladin will use the Shield of Vengeance offensively. Pop it with wings, maybe he'll give him a burst during that short Hodge window. Karma just needs to maintain his health as best as possible, maybe stop and heal at one point or another. That's going to be a Hodge, it's not going to be a setup. Rose is trying to go for a big setup, big triples verdict, and down he goes with a big judgment at the very end. Next up is going to be E-Boy playing that elemental shaman with Rose, only having a bubble. E-Boy looking to maybe get a knockback for the guy, or maybe not. Just trying to actually let his stun capacitor totem on top of the guy. He's walking at the dude for a second. I was thinking, like, why is he walking at him? And E-Boy is going to have a little bit of a fun time here with Rose XO. Does have Frost Shock, which is huge against Rose. Because he's just a perma slow for the Paladin, and there's nothing you can do. You can handle Freedom once in a blue moon, but outside of that, the slows are just going to be deliberating to the Paladin. Try to use line of sight, forcing E-Boy to get around the corner and get closer, close enough to get a Hodge or something going. Does get a Hodge chicken immediately for E-Boy. Does get a bunch of zaps onto Rose XO, and Rose actually does kill one of his totems. Maybe it's a totem that gives him the Maelstrom passively into a stun. Does get out of it with a trinket immediately, or human racial. And E-Boy does have a massive Primal Elemental up here on top of Rose, dropping down a Meteor. And again, Rose, does he have a setup at all? Trying to go for some wings right now. E-Boy not looking all that healthy. Get himself a little bit of a heal. And that's going to be a stun by onto Rose with that Earth Elemental. Does have a second wall for the Earth Ellie if things ever go bad. But E-Boy, can he handle it? 5 minutes in, we are going to start seeing dampening. Carlson in now. So E-Boy getting double wall right now, and Rose is just going to bail away from the double wall. E-Boy does have a Frost Shock rolling. Hodge coming down onto the Shaman. Can Rose go for some big damage? Trying to go for a little bit of a sustained setup into a Lightning Lasso, which is going to take a good chunk of their health out. A couple of meatballs flying at Rose's face. And E-Boy looking for a little bit of recovery. These two are just going to go for a little bit of a hit and run with one another. And I wouldn't really ever describe any casters as a hit and run. But E-Boy, Elemental Shaman, definitely a hit and run. You have cooldowns, and you have some really strong cooldowns. Your sustain damage, not really existent. Like spamming lightning bolt at people, nah, that doesn't really do anything. But getting yourself a lasso and a Stormkeeper, that's pretty huge. Gonna be a knockback into Rose while they do have Hex. But trying to get that Shield of Vengeance to pop next to E-Boy. Maybe he can line up wings together with it. And E-Boy looking to get himself a little bit of heal. Hodge coming down. Is this a perfect opportunity for the Paladin to go damage? Trying to see if he can just one-shot E-Boy right now. Lightning Lasso to stop him. Bubble coming down. E-Boy is still in a bad position. Could the Paladin end him right here? Trying to go for a bit of a heal, but no, the Tempest Verdict in the end does take them out. That's a second person down at a 6-minute mark of Vexitick. I think he's trying to give him a bit of an auto duel. He's trying to let him at least heal up to full. Vexitick, you got Rose XO without a trinket, I think. No Shield of Vengeance. No Bop or Bubble. Bob coming by in about a minute. This is an opportunity to take him out of the game, man. Unless you want to give him the full opportunity. Yeah, it's going to be wings right now for Vexitick. Rose is going to stun a trinket for Vexitick right now. Rose trying to see if he can maybe survive. Maybe if he can get himself a little bit of heals. Does he have a Hand of Freedom at all? It looks like he did have himself some movement slowed, parent effect removed for a second. Maledict onto Rose cannot remove it right now. And this is where Vexitick needs to commit more damage on the Rose, give an opportunity to run. Shield of Vengeance is coming back up. If he could use that Shield of Vengeance to buy himself a little bit extra time, he might be able to get a Bop at a little bit later, Trinket at a later time. Maybe even Wings and try to turn around. Vexitick does not have a Trinket of his own. Bop and Bubble still available for the guy though. For Rose now, it's a chess match. He's trying to play smart, trying to trade cooldowns as best as possible, trying to buy himself as much time as possible. Vexitick needs to jump on this opportunity while he has it. Otherwise, it's his game to lose at this point. It is his game to lose. And he's actually letting Rose get a full reset? Is that what's going on? He's not chasing. You're just waiting. Are you sure you want to do that, Vexitick? Rose just got themselves Blessing of Protection, man. You sure? You sure that's your plan? I mean, you do you, boo-boo. You play however you want to, but the more time passes, the more time... I mean, maybe he's waiting for dampen. He's like, man, I have a hard time killing this Paladin. Maybe at higher dampen, I'll have an easier time. I feel like at that point, you need to jump on him. It is going to be Rose meeting Vexitick at a distance. Vexitick keeps bailing out. You are a melee class, but he keeps bowing out all the time. Playing a little bit differently than Rose. He's trying to play very safe, I think. Some of you guys sometimes for these duels play way too safe, when you can just go in ham. That's going to be wings right now for Rose. Vexitick needs to know when to blow Bubble, and decide to blow Bubble and go for regenerating. Trying to recover ASAP. Hopefully he has some ability to catch up to Rose immediately. Rose did use full wings and is trying to continue the momentum of those wings right after. Shield of Vengeance coming up for Vexitick. A perfect opportunity for him to get maybe mid-long wings to get that shield to pop. Double shield available for both of them. Vexitick and Rose are still sitting about similar health. And Rose is going to start seeing Vexitick popping in cooldowns. Hodge coming down. Vexitick still has wings. This is his perfect opportunity to get some damage in. Actually bowing out at the last moment. Does have a Blessing of Protection if things ever go bad. Rose still has a Blessing of Protection as well. Actually has a bubble in just about a minute. So now the tables have turned. Vexitick didn't jump on the opportunity when he saw it. Should have probably went super hyper aggressive and offensive with Rose, but that's going to be a Hodge trinket available for it. But Rose still has him in ropes. Blessing of Protection is available, but the Paladin got quite a bit of magic damage there between Crucibles and Judgment. That's a bit of holy damage that goes through Bop. So Vexitick is trying to see if he can recover. That was a Maledict onto Rose. Use a Maledict without any pressure, so Rose, you're just going to wait out that Mally until later. Let's do where Vexitick should pop wings with Mally and then hammer pressure into Rose, forcing him to use some sort of cooldown. So Vexitick is out of all defensives. No Shield of Vengeance even for 20 seconds. If Rose has a Hodge, that probably has wings right now. Now Vexitick is the one playing very defensive. He is still in the defensive. Once you stand on a back foot, you're on a back foot for life. You got to get on your front foot. You got to get aggressive. You got to get offensive. And Rose was playing defensive for a little bit, but then he was like, you know what? I got to get in there eventually. Hodge coming down to Vexitick. Wings are up and running. One Tempest Verdict could be the end to this duel, and down he goes. Rose taking him out, and next up is going to be P-Blood playing that sub-rogue. Rose has Bop and Bubble back up with a Shield of Vengeance, most like a Trinket. So P-Blood is going to have the hardest time ever with Rose right now. The most difficult time in the world. Shadow Step into Rose. Rose just trying to see if he can kite the rogue about while he has Shadow Blades rolling. Trying to go for a little bit of a self-heal. Trying to force cooldowns out of P-Blood. Maybe a Vanish, maybe a Cloak. Has Shield of Vengeance up and running, and that's going to be Cloak and Shadows for P-Blood. Trying to see if he can bust through the shield. And actually is able to bust through the Shield of Vengeance. Rose might not be popping Bop or Bubble here. Same chicken coming out for P-Blood. Does have evasion rolling. Rose getting a Hodge onto P-Blood. Blood forcing a trinket out of him, and Rose can maybe get a little bit of damage in, trying to wait out for that evasion. Might be able to clap out P Blood here in the opener. It's going to be Crucible right after. Didn't do enough damage. Shadow Step coming out for P Blood. Bomb coming out for Rose. Does he have enough? Vanish coming out for P Blood. Cannot get him out of stealth, so this is where Rose can go for a little bit of healing. Only 10 minutes in, 33% dampening is going to be able to get himself quite a bit of healing, and P Blood is having to go for a reset. Still has to deal with a bubble. Rose staying aggressive, staying offensive. He got P Blood low in health, no vanish, no cloak, no evasion. This way he can go for a eyes, and actually doesn't get stabbed by the rogue either. Just veers away from him for a moment. Might be good enough to end him here. P Blood dumping down for a second. Rose, if he has a hodge, you can just jump down and get him in a hodge. All he needs to do is now get sapped, and actually it's exactly what happened. Blood finally gets himself a little bit of a lucky break, needs to get himself all the heals in the world. Is he gonna get offensive back with Rose? Does get a not a necrotic, but does get himself a Nightblade, doing quite a bit of damage to Rose, but that hodge is gonna separate these two, and Rose is the one playing defensive here. So P Blood is gonna start getting CDs back. That was a lucky sap. Got himself a Nightblade. Why did I say necrotic? I'm gonna say Nightblade. I guess every dot is a necrotic now. Rose still has plenty of cooldowns, still has plenty of pressure, still just trying to harass P Blood whenever they can. At least trying not to let the rogue reset. And P Blood should still have a blind, if anything. If he can wait until Vanish, he might be in a good spot. Blind into Rose, not gonna force a bubble or anything out of him. There's no way. But P Blood is gonna be able to get himself a reset at least. Sap at the Rose. At this high dampening though, the healing is going to be very, very lackluster. Rose does hold to probably Trinket, because we can't tell because it's a human paladin. We really can't tell. The game has a hard time tracking trinkets and human racials, but obviously a trinket somewhere there, right? It has to be, right? I would think so. Unless you're playing Relent, and then we can't tell either. If he's playing Relent, we can't tell. And he might be playing Relent, for all we know. Humans can do that. That is one of the advantages, because most enemies kill you in a stun. That is going to be another Sapper to Rose. Maybe he can go for a setup. Does get a Mark for Death going, and that's going to be a Trinket for Trinket right now. Double stun for both of these two. P Blood has some cooldowns rolling, and that's going to be Rose just trying to bail out of that, trying to reduce the damage that the sub rogue can do. And that's an Orc sub rogue, so he does quite a bit of damage. Going to be a shield advantage right now for Rose. Axe right now, trying to get the shield to pop next to P Blood. He does cloak and shadows this a little bit early. So I think he's trying to go for a Gecko to Rose, but he goes for a bubble early. P Blood can go for a vanish if things need to. He has evasion, and Rose is not using the bubble to get offensive. I don't know what the bubble, if that bubble's worth. Maybe he decided to bubble just to make sure he has a cooldown available. Now he has no bubble, probably no trinket, no shield of vengeance. So actually P Blood has Shadow Blaze like he does right now. He could go for a big setup. Could he get a big one shot right here? He doesn't have a trinket, so it's a bad spot. Into a hodge right now. Does Rose get himself a setup? Not even wings. And down he goes. Should have been very careful about his own health. But I think that's exactly what Rose started to do. Can he trick it out of the guy? Wait it out? Maybe that's why he bubbled, just to buy himself more time. And now it's a perfect opportunity for Shadow Flash to take down Rose. He doesn't have anything but wings. All he has is counter offensive power. That's about all he's got. He's going to be able to definitely get himself quite a bit of healing with those flashlights with wings up and running, even at this high dampening. Getting interrupted. Shadow Flash getting a blade dance. Rose not looking that healthy right now. Does he have a hodge for Shadow Flash right now? Could be anyone's game. Actually, Rose is going to go down. Shadow Flash finally took 5 people to barrage at Rose XO back to back. I feel like this game could have been over a while ago. But some people just play defensive. As next is looking at Seabark is going to be Peachy instead. Getting a stun onto Shadow Flash. The trick is that immediately stun onto Peachy, not letting the Feral get his bleeds out beforehand. Is going to get himself an I-beam rolling as well. That's going to be Thorns right now. And he used to dispel those immediately. Does he get him? He does get him. Darkness coming down for Shadow Flash. Peachy actually not looking at that health anymore. What is going on? Shadow Flash was in Peachy for just a second, and down he goes. Peachy trying to get himself a little bit of a heal, but this high dampening. He's actually just playing super defensive. Wall is up. He might have a bleed on him or something. But the wall is up, and Shadow Flash is using Crucible as a self-heal. Peachy using that offensively. He does go for an Incarnation to get a stun onto Shadow Flash. That on-draw trick doing quite a bit of healing stun onto Peachy. I-beam to follow. Shadow Flash could just continue damage. He might stand a chance here. Actually going up in the air, trying to get a bunch of casts onto Peachy. This Fell Lance is doing quite a bit of work, but the bleeds are really just shredding through the guy. Really just shredding through him. Does get rid of that. Is he going to die to the dots? Is he going to die to the bleeds? He literally put a Moonfire on the guy. Shadow Flash, are you going to die to the Moonfire? No, he has Crucible, but it does so little healing. Does stun Peachy. He does pre-wall it ahead of time. Shadow Flash needs to get himself a right blade dance in order to dodge any damage from Peachy. That's going to be a stun off of that. I-beam to follow. Does get him with a bash. I don't think Peachy got him. Oh my god, dude. This game has so many ups and downs and 6 million damage out of the power. Wow. That's quite good. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty, boys. Let's go. We got more people in here? What do we got? We got Aegis in here, 5-1 Hort. Hell yeah. Jeff Gang in here as well, right? Dal, I'm in a group with Vanilla. I'm lead right now. Sav, do you still have a group? You got Spart? I want to get Spart in, man. I want to get Spart in the next one. Let Spart go first, too. I want to see if he can make that Blood of the Enemy playstyle work. Or whatever build he's got going on. I don't want to give his strategy away. If I'm ready, let's get Aegis, I think. And Sav in here. Jeff Kang, he whispered me. But he whispered me after Aegis. So let me get those guys going first. I've been waiting with these guys for 2 games, Dad. But Aegis, though. Alrighty, boys. We got another one going. I want another shot, not versus a Pally. Yeah, alrighty. Oni is a leader. Oh, perfect. That works out. Because I thought you guys had different groups. Beautiful. Let Seabark play. I know, right? I want Seabark to play, dude. Poor Seabark, dude. Seabark gotta get a play, man. Yo, you just gotta get a different group, Seabark. Just don't get Elendilly in there, dude. He likes Hog and the Fame, man. He goes in for a big old 1v5. What's up there when playing Spore Pod? Such a cancer to watch. Yeah, it is. Kind of annoying trinket, not gonna lie. Hopefully it'll get rotated out in the next tier or next season. Nothing you can really do about it though. It is not that great of a trinket for arenas, unless you're doing like 2v2s in particular. And for some classes better than others. Like for rogues, I don't see rogues ever use it, even like on the ladder. See if I can join the group. Storm's here. Mother, welcome to boys. What's up, Dal? What's up, What? How you doing, my man? How you doing, my dude? What's up, my guy? Hey, see what I did there? Alrighty, boys. Switch. It looks like Team Blue doesn't have everybody. We got Spart, we got Shock Me Baby, we got Psych, and I'm so dope, but looks like everybody's... Hopefully they'll get the 5th. On Team Red, we got us Blamka playing that enhancement. We got Grizzle playing that Feral. Be out of cat form, please, unless you're dueling. We got Nazgûm going in for its ass on a Holy DK. We got Oniyu in the back, and Viniel. Yo, Grizzle, seriously, be out of cat form and out of stealth unless you're dueling. Thank you, my guy. Ferals, give a buff to it, people. Oh, it's actually going to be Blood of the Enemy right now for Spart. Let's have a big setup right now. On to Nazgûm. Is that going to be a big setup here? Spart got himself invis with a big Arcane Blast. Oh, what the what? Oh, Nazgûm is already at half his health. That's going to be Arcane Missile shredding through his Amos, popping every defensive in the book. The Blood of the Enemy got him messed up, dude. Spart blinking away from Nazgûm, trying to cut him around. More Arcane Missiles. He still is necrotic out for his health. Probably will be able to wait it out a little bit longer until he gets second strike blast. On the Spart does get interrupted on it on the channel. Is going to get himself IBF and Transfusion and is trying to go for death strikes off of Spart. But Spart is going to have to bail out of there, bow out for a second. The Blood of the Enemy could be huge for Arcane Mage. I really do like the playstyle though. Like if you can Nova somebody, hit him with the Blood of the Enemy, blink far away, and then shred him with Arcane Missiles, that could be huge damage. But Nazgûm is going to be popping off cooldowns, or maybe just increasing his own health, I can't tell. Maybe he is popping in LCDs. Versus Spart. Spart is actually getting shredded by these pets into a grip. Spart does get himself a little bit of a temporal. Stun coming out, he's going to have to ice block it. The temporal is going to give him back some health. But Spart is still in a really interesting spot when it comes to damage. Actually going for Invis right now and trying to see if he can shred through Nazgûm right now with Arcane Missiles while standing on a Rune of Power. AMS coming out early for the guy, getting a couple instant casts, trying to see if he can blink to the Rune of Power right after. Maybe a couple Arcane Blasts here. Nazgûm does get himself a bunch of death strikes, and then Spart might be able to take him down with Arcane Missiles. Does have zombies walking at him though, so Nazgûm is playing the zombies playstyle here. Very interesting. Trying to see if he can just avoid Spart for a little bit. Trying to see if he can land inside him. Arcane Missiles do catch him, and down he goes. Oh my goodness, Spart trying to see if he can deal with a Paladin next. Paladin, I think, is going to give him a chance here. Going to be a Paladin from Tavinel. Spart might be able to get himself an Invis and maybe get some food or something. But Spart is definitely going to have to play very defensive. He does get Invis here. So if Vinil gets next to him, he can Invis. Is going to Invis right after. Walking right past the guy. Vinil looking for him. Vinil, maybe he's in your own team, man. Maybe he's in your own team base. Yeah, maybe. Oh, I'm so hoping Spart gets away with murder here and gets himself some food. Maybe he gets to take a food or two. Vinil still looking for the guy. Actually, no, he was super close. Very unlucky for Spark. Get himself a temporal up very, very early. Does have another invis if things ever go bad. Stealing that Hand of Freedom for Vinyl, so he actually can kite him around the whole game. Hand of Freedoms are dispellable for Vinyl. Don't running the Honor Talent where he has those Hand of Freedoms, increases movement speed and undispellable. So it's actually going to be in quite a bad spot. As long as Spark doesn't let him get close enough for a Hodge, he actually stands to win this game 100%. As long as he keeps him slowed the whole time. Because look at that kiting, man. He can just kite him around the whole time. Trying to go for a bit of a blow to the enemy. Rune of Power to follow. Maybe he can get some big damage. Arcane Missiles coming out. Vinilash. Oh my god. What is that burst? What just happened? What? He just one-shot the guy. Oh my god. Hey, wait. Only you? Is he giving him an auto duel? I think he's giving you an auto duel. Oh, that's the first auto duel of this game. On to you. If you give him an auto duel, I swear to God, you're my favorite. You're my favorite demon hunter in the world. You are my favorite demon hunter in the world. You literally are my most favorite demon hunter out there, man. Sparred with the blood of the enemy. Didn't even let the guy have a bubble, dude. It was like, what just happened? Where's my health? This is some arcane missiles. They're supposed to tickle. What happened? That's like a blood of the enemy makes him powerful. Stun onto Sparred as Ania gets himself into that demonic form. I'm still sad that Team Blue doesn't have their fifth. Hopefully the fifth person on Team Blue comes back eventually, or maybe Spark can get through a couple of people on Team Red. Basically two-man army at least, right? He's a one-man army. He's 2-man-1. Bottom over to Oniyu is going to land a Rune of Power. Let's see how blood of the name. I don't think he does. So let's see, he's going to go for Arcane Blast with Arcane Missiles, just trying to shred as much as he can. Does get a pre-temporal here right as he gets interrupted. More Arcane Missiles to follow up. Still able to get quite a bit of damage to Oniyu, and he's going to get himself self-heals rolling back to back. They'll stun onto Spark. Ivan to follow. Does get that Metamorphosis back up and running. And tries to get as much damage into Spark while he's got it for a short moment. That Crucible, though, is going to be huge for him using that offensively, especially against Spark, since he can't really catch up to the guy. Spark can slow down on EU and should be focusing on keeping slows in him. Demon Hunters are pretty hard for them. It's pretty difficult for them. They're pretty, is what I'm trying to say. But it also is difficult for them to deal with slows. They have a mastery that increases the movement speed, but they don't realistically have any abilities to remove slows. That's going to be another stone to Spart. He doesn't have a trinket for that one, but it's going to be short at least. Spart has Blink, so he can get away from the guy. Keeping him slow on EU will slow down how much he can move. Even though he does fell rushes and backflips, those don't break his slow. They do give him momentarily movement speed from like A to B, from place to place, but it is still, as slow is still going to be detrimental. Is going to land in prison. Maybe a stunner to Spart right after. Does go for a Metamorphosis to follow. Try to see if he can land a Polymorph. Does land one on EU. Actually is going to trinket out of it. Spart dropping down an Arcane Power for a second. Maybe he can go for an Invis. Trying to get Instant Cast onto Oniyu. Is going to blink away for a second. Stunner to Spart. Doesn't have Ice Block. Trinket at the very last second, and down he goes. Spart with his huge Arcane Mage burst, but Oniyu had a prepare set up. That was a nice Metamorphosis, delaying those Polymorphs back to back, and next time it's going to be I'm so dopeful. Hopefully I have a easier time here against the Demon Hunter than he did against the Monk last time. Touchdowns coming down in the open. Audio doesn't have a ticket for it. Dropping out Darkness isn't going to absorb it though. Booping him out of the way. He goes for an invulnerability. He actually had to use invulnerability since he got booped out of the way. That was so good for the Monk. Using Ring in that regard, just as soon as Darkness comes down, hey, just gonna push you out of here for a second. Reducing chances of you getting that lucky absorb. And Oniyu is still struggling, very low on health right now. Has Blur coming up very, very soon, but he's gonna get himself Crucible heals for a minute. If he can find, and if he can get Dope out in the open, he could barrage him with those Fell Lances from a distance. Might just go doing that here soon, if he can get him out in the open. Because he'll just be able to fly up. It looks like Dope is trying to position himself near any kind of line of sight. That is going to be Psychotronic Blast. Eats it to the face, but does interrupt it with a paralysis halfway through. So Oniyu and Dope are not out of the game just yet. Both of these two are tussling with one another. And Dope getting hit with a stun. This is a perfect opportunity for Oniyu to go Hambo Rage. And that's going to be Karma, delaying any damage he's got going on. Now he needs to bail out of that Karma immediately. If you can keep Dope out in the open again, that would be a perfect opportunity. Ring of Peace coming down, but Demon Hunters have a somewhat easier time with this Ring of Peace. Look at him, he's kind of flying through it. Sometimes you can get yourself on like a different angle, weird angle on top of it, and you just kind of fly while bouncing above it, so you can still get over it somehow. And it's going to actually fly up in there. Dope going to go for that port immediately. Oniyu is low on health, needs to leverage a little bit of kites, does have a trinket for the next stun CC lineup from Dope the Monk. But now he just needs to buy himself a little bit of time. The monk is going to be approaching with an incap. Maybe Ghost will go for a stun. Only you actually trick into that incap, puts himself in a bad spot. Next leg sweep could actually be the game right here. If I'm So Dope is able to land it, does get a wall as well as dampened magic to reduce some of the chaos damage coming out from the Demon Hunter. But it looks like the monk is on the retreat, and Oniyu is the one on the offensive, on the prowl. Ring of Peace to delay Oniyu getting in, actually zoning him out by a little bit, slowing him down at most if you think about it. Trick available for I'm So Dope as well, locking down on EU, but actually I'm So Dope is one not looking that good anymore. He's not looking dope. He's actually looking kind of wounded. Stun onto the monk, trinkets out of it. That's going to be I-beam blasting at him from a corner for a second. And if only you could just catch up to the guy and just get on top of him for a second. He's just trying to buy himself some time. The monk is looking for that karma. 5 seconds until that karma is back up. Might be able to land it here very, very soon. Does get images up and running. Touch of death onto the Demon Hunter. And DH might be able to invulnerability this. Is he actually just going to take that touch of death? He is going to take a touch of death to the face. There's some darkness coming up very, very soon though. So these guys are getting defenses back up and running. And that's where Oniyu is going to get the I-beam rolling, but wants to get away from I'm So Dope. I don't know if he went for an I-beam for a reason. Maybe he missed it. I was thinking maybe I-beam and cleave the images in order to get himself a little bit more healing. That might have been a good move. But I'm So Dope is out in the open. Does not have line of sight. He's actually going to eat those phalanx to the face for a bit. Is that line of sight? Looks like it is. Find himself a little bit of a refuge. 8 minutes in, 22% dampening, boys. Now that's going to be in cap onto on EU for a second. If he... Oh, invulnerability already? He used that very, very early. I'm So Dope. If he has a leg sweep right now, you could end them. Oniyu is at half health. He's going to use a leg sweep on Oniyu for a second. Try to do as much damage while he can. Oniyu is going to have him to Crucible. It looks like whatever damage I'm So Dope had, most of it did get absorbed. So Oniyu is still trucking, still playing the game, getting those Chaos Blades back to back. Chaos Strikes are coming out. It's going to get a full Metamorphosis. It was a stun onto I'm So Dope with an I-beam from a distance, trying to secure himself a win by reducing I'm So Dope's health close enough to his into and in prison for a second. Does he have a second step to follow? Fist of Fury. Does he have a way out of the Fist of Fury? Down he goes as I'm So Dope was able to lock him into those fists. And who is going to be up next? Is it Gruzzle? Is it Blamka? It is Blamka. Yeah, Gruzzle. You're more than welcome to hang out. Actually, be out of barrel from 2. Actually, can you be out of barrel from 2, Gruzzle? Really quick. Can you please be out of barrel from 2? I don't want Ysera's gift to be doing random heals. You know what I mean? Oh, it is an enhancement shaman. No. That's just a rule. Please be out of barrel from 2. Appreciate you, buddy. As soon as it's your duel, man, you're more than welcome to be in any form you wanna. You can be whatever you want to be. Blamka, playing that enhancement, Shaboy, getting those ghost tools up and running. Let's see coming out for I'm So Dope. Trinkets it late, though. Might be for that later. Is that going to be a big blood of the enemy? Blamka trying to go for some damage onto the bunk. But that karma is going to stop all of it. Having to go into ghost tool for him. Might even have to pop a wall here to survive this pressure by the monk with that karma. Just having to use Crucible and self-heals in order to get himself up and running. Wall coming out right now, but it's super late. Gets a big Sunder onto I'm So Dope, but that's going to be yet another Fist of Fury. Just getting locked out. Literally cannot play the game. And I think down it goes. There it is. Gruzzle is going to be the last man standing. And it's going to give I'm So Dope a little bit of an honor duel. Oh, you're so nice. You're so nice. I could do a little bit of a bow from a distance. He's like, yo, I'm not walking next to you. I'm going to give you a bow. I respect you. But this is a duel. I don't want to lose it. Because you never know. Maybe I'm So Dope could be like, bow. And as soon as he goes in the cat form, leg sweep. Can't even stop him. Touch of Death coming down into Gruzzle right now. He's getting Thorns up and running. I'm So Dope does not have a way to deal with the Thorns. No karma available. Actually going to get counter-offensive with an Incarnation right now. Going in for big damage. If he can chase on the monk, he might be in a good spot. Actually looking to get himself a little bit of a re-heal while dampening is not super high. But he did go through wall. 2 of them actually, by the looks of it, and renewal. So he's actually out of cooldowns. If I'm So Dope can live 20 seconds, he might be able to get that karma in order to score himself maybe a possibility of a win. And does get a Fist of Fury onto Gruzzle, massaging his face with his fist for a second. But that's about all you can do. 9 seconds until that karma has a wall up and running, so that wall should help him live a little bit longer, get a bit more health and a defensive. Short war stun, but it's going to be heavily DR'd. Try to go for a little bit of a meme beam. Not going to happen. And it's going to be I'm So Dope on top of him, getting him with a stun, tricking it out of it. If he has a Tiger's Lust, meme beam is still going to try to come out for the Feral. Not going to happen. And he has the karma if things ever go bad. Fist of Fury locking out the Feral. Karma coming up with Grizzle, but it's going to be a karma on for those Thorns as well. So if I'm So Dope can just commit more damage into Grizzle, let that karma whittle him down. He might be in a good spot. Does hit him with a ring, so you can't walk out of that direction. Grizzle is like between a... between a rock and a hard place, trying to go for a last ditch cycle, which I appreciate. But down he goes. Damn, dude, that was some games right there. That meta was clutch as fuck. Immune blood of the enemy and poly. Did he actually immune blood of the enemy too? Really? Without meta? Are you serious? Ventral retreat, aka backflip, remove slows. Oh, it does? Okay, boom. I did not know that. Is that a talent or is that a auto talent? I was not aware. Now I'm made aware. Thank you, boom. I appreciate it. How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, by the way. That was a great fucking game, dude. Let's go. Let's get another one going. 5 people, 3 out of 5. I think Seawark and Ellen Dillon might have a different group of people. So let me get them going. 36, 37. Yes, beautiful. Let's get Ellen Dillio and Seawark in here. Blizzard needs to fix monks. What would Blizzard need to do with monks? Just nerf them? I think monks are alright. I doubt you know what the bike is fortune using to burst. It is a Mechagon trinket. I believe it's from the second boss of Mechagon. Well, in the first area of Mechagon, there's 3 bosses that you can go to either one. But it's the bosses that are 2 gnomes, brother and sister. One rides a bike, the other zaps you with a beam. So, in the main junkyard area, when you go kill those bosses and you get that trinket, which will be available in the Mythic Pluses, by the way, next season. So a lot of people are going to be running that trinket. That's the trinket that a lot of people use, and that is a bike trinket. It's very powerful. And they need to fix DKs too, Demon Hunter C, things so yeah. Show the real blood of the weed. Yeah, man. Go for it, Warthus. Go for it. Alright, boys. Let's get another one going, yeah? Switch. We got ourselves CX Nept. CNept? And that? I don't know how to say your name. I guess we'll call CNept. We got Dom in as well. We got Kazoo, Rose XO, and Saragars as a Frost DK versus Team Blue with a Boomosaur. Seabark with the Seawark on his Feral. We got ourselves Peachy playing that Feral Druid as well. We got Storms playing what looks like Beastmaster Hunter, and as well Thundress as a Elemental Shaboy. We haven't seen those in a while. It's actually going to be CNept right now versus Seabark in the opener. Let's try to see if he can land an Immolate onto Seabark. He's just going to leap right on top of the Warlock in the open. As soon as he gets a chance, it's going to be Fear Spam by the Warlock, though, gaining himself a big old Chaos Bolt. And Seabark is going to make his way over to the other side of the pillar. CNept is going to have a very interesting duel. If CNept is running a Destruction proc build, I would be so happy, but I don't think he is. Most Warlocks don't have the gear that it takes. That's going to be Seabark leaping in. I want to say blinking in, but leaping in on top of CNept. Actually using that Shadow Mill for a second to dodge a Chaos Bolt. Very well done. But then Infernal is going to stop in place, trying to get another Fear. Is going to land a pre-wall available for Seabark. And CNept trying to go for a big old Chaos Bolt setup onto Seabark. 2 Chaos Bolts back to back, missing that Shadow Fury. Seabark does get to get away for a second to get himself a regrowth right after. CNept still has a lot of cooldowns available, but does he have the big procs for Seabark? He does have one of the traits that has a really good proc damage, which is Waterlogged, I think. Or maybe that's the debuff you get. But it's a trait from the Raid of Eternal Palace, and it does a little bit of damage to an enemy on a chance. But as soon as you drop below 50%, it gives you a very small shield in PvP. In Dungeons and Raids, it gives you a pretty hefty shield, actually. And it goes on cooldown, like the damage effect and the defensive effect. Seabark blinking right, or leaping. I keep calling him blinking because he's a mage main. Leaping right on top of CNept, and he's going to see if he can get a Fear off. Does land a Fear. Couple incinerators to follow. Does he maybe get a Conflagger after? Chaos Bolt coming out. That's going to be interrupt out of Seabark. Trinketed out of that Fear. Just to get an interrupt onto the Chaos Bolt. Another leap right now. This boy is just moving all over the place. Trying to see if maybe if he can get around that next Chaos Bolt. Wall coming out for CNept. Can he get a big old Chaos Bolt right after? Trying to get a Fear onto Seabark, but I think he's fully DR'd at this point. He's still running the interrupt pet. Is that a good idea? Maybe a succubus pet might be a better against a Feral. Trying to see if he can get a Shadow Fear around the corner. Seabark again is on top of the guy. Short stun will follow. He does human racial out of it. Does get a short stun on Seabark with a Fear. Finally he's able to get his Fears out into a Chaos Bolt right after. Seabark does have a wall for this though. Second Fear and a second Chaos Bolt does land. It does connect. And Seabark still had a wall for that one. Horror effect to follow in a Fear right after. Does he have another Chaos Bolt? Maybe one last Chaos Bolt is going to pop into Bear for him right as it happens. So at least he has a little bit more health when he takes the Chaos Bolt to the face. CNept just went through his full CC chain and all the Chaos Bolts in the world, and Seabark is doing just fine. Look at his health. Kicking that Fear immediately. I think it was still maybe DR'd, and CNept saved the trinket coming out, but he's super low in health, and down he goes. Very, very unlucky for that Warlock, but Seabark was able to be a Sea Shark, basically. Is that a bad joke? Is that a bad joke? Jumped out of the water, ate him. Never mind. Okay. Bad joke. Bad joke. But Seabark is going to have to go versus Rose Exona. This is a Paladin, so this is going to be quite rough. Technically, you do have yourself a good setup as a Feral. You do have Thorns, which do a lot of damage to the plate class. You have Skull Bash, which can be used from a kind of a distance to charge to the enemy and Skull Bash them. Bleeds go through plate classes really easily. Well, they go through everybody easily, because it's a damage over time. If physical, Rose can remove those, which kind of sucks, but he has to use a Blessing of Protection. Going to be a hard to Seabark right now, caught out outside of bear form. No pre-wall available. Trying to see if he can leap away, shift him to bear form immediately. Try to go for a little bit of a Stampede and Roar, but with a slow right after for Rose XO, not going to be able to get away that easily. Is power shifting as much as he can. Rose taking the bleed damage quite heavily. Underrot Trinket and self heals from Crucible are supplementing a lot of his survivability. Seabark trying to get himself a big setup. Big damage coming out for him right now. I think he got himself Berserk available, and Rose is actually going to play with his Berserk. Seabark has the opportunity to get a lot of value out. Hodge coming in. Rose is going to try to punish him with wings, and Seabark is going to get himself a trinket immediately for it. Might have been not the best move, but because now he's without a trinket, now he needs to really pre-wall any of the other damage from Rose. Short stun on the Paladin right after, and still continuing to truck quite a bit of damage to follow. But Rose doing just fine. Rose holding on to Bubble and Bob. Seabark wasn't able to get any of those cooldowns up and running yet. And that's going to be pre-wall right now for Seabark to get himself a reset. At least needs to make sure he's in full health. If he can be in bear form when he gets hit with a Hodge for Rose to go for full damage, this will be the best opportunity for him. But it's going to be quite rough regardless. Hodge, while he's in cat form, does Rose have the damage? No, they do not. So they are going to do a little bit of a sustained pressure. And Seabark popping into bear form immediately, just so he can have a little bit of tankiness with his pressure. I don't think he is running Frenzy Regeneration. I don't think he has Guardian Affinity. Although, I wonder if Guardian Affinity would be really, really good. Together with Renewal and Guardian Affinity. So, because he's not running Renewal, he's using the Mobility. But he's most likely healing Resto Affinity, so you can get those Ysera's Gift procs for heals. Right? Pretty sure. Hodge onto Seabark. Does Rose go for damage? That's going to be a full wing. Seabark does not have a trinket. Does Rose get to wipe him out right here? Wall coming up for Seabark for the last hit. And Rose just could not finish him. Trinket going to be available next for Seabark very, very soon. Is going to get himself... Wait, I think he is Frenzy Regen actually. He got himself quite a lot of healing. And he does go into bear form maybe just for that. Shield events up for Rose XO. Those bleeds are going to get that shield to pop. If Seabark is super low in health when that happens, this is going to be quite bad. Rose getting a nice hand of freedom. I wonder if Rose gets a hand of freedom that lets him move faster and is undispellable, or did he look at the other team and be like, eh, there's no... Well, he probably saw that there's Thundress, and he was like, yeah, I could be dispelled. Or Storms could dispel it, so he was probably like, yeah, maybe it's what's talented into him. I do wonder what Paladins think about when it comes to talents like that. At least for duels. Hodge onto Seabark right now. Rose got some wings rolling. I think Seabark is looking for that trinket immediately. Does not have a wall to fall off of this. Does go in bear form. And is going to get himself a Warlock Hellstone from Bulbasaur to help him heal. It looks like he is playing Frenzy Regeneration because he got quite a lot of healing while in bear form. Underrot Trinket going to supplement a little bit. And he's still in the game. But dampening finally rolling in at about 7% mark. Rose still is having a super hard time. Just securing a kill on Seabark. Got him so close, so low. But Seabark is going to have a trinket for the next one. Is going to have a wall in 30 seconds. Rose better act soon. But Rose, so far they've never gotten close enough to death where they had to use Bubble or Bop. So they are in quite a good position. But as dampening rolls in, they're going to have less self-healing, so we'll see Seabark. But I still think Rose is slightly ahead of Seabark so far. The Blades are doing quite a number, but they're not like immediate damage all at the same time. They are annoying. Maybe Rose XO will start running out of mana over time, but we'll just have to wait and see. Trying to see if we can kite Seabark a little bit. The Seabark does have a wall and a trinket back up. Rose might have a trinket. Again, I don't know if they're running Relentless or not. It's impossible to tell with the UI as it is. 6 minutes in, though. 7 minutes in. That's going to be some wings for Rose XO. Also cooldowns for Seabark. Does get a pre-wall. Short stun to Rose XO. Bob coming out on Rose. Maybe he wants to use that Bop in order to get offensive. Cyclone to follow. Trying to get as much damage as he could into Seabark while he was out there. Casted Cyclone in his face while Bop was up and running. Rose did not have Hand of Freedom for that one. Hodge to Seabark. He trinkets out of it immediately. Thorns are up and Rose is going to get himself a Shield of Vengeance. Can he get a wings with a Shield of Vengeance? And Seabark's health is super low. Does get him into root. Hand of Freedom is up and running. And Seabark might be able to get himself maybe a reset in bear form. Trying to see if he can need to go for a heal. He's going to get himself a Crucible rolling. If he can catch a reset, he might be in a good spot. Going to go to the other side of the pillar. Rose needs to be proactive. Is going to pick up the eyes immediately. Seabark trying to see if he can reposition to the other side of the pillar. Catch and regrowth as soon as he gets a chance. If he's able to get a lot of those. Yep, Frenzied Regen. Look at that healing for bear form, dude. Every time he's in bear form, I think he has 2 charges of Frenzied Regen. And I believe Frenzy Region gets to do more healing depending on how much damage it took. Playing very defensive, using that bash just to CC Rose for a second. Seabark is actually on the back foot. Hodge coming down, wings to fall. I think this is game, and Rose XO does get to take out Seabark 8 minutes in. Boomasaur is up next as a Destro Warlock. I think Thundress also wants to go too. Or maybe Thundress is next? I think they're trying to figure out like who's next, who's first. I think Thundress is just, he's aching. He's like, yo, that Paladin does have a bop. I'm ready, dude. Let's go. He wants to get at him too. Boomasaur is going to have to reposition the gate. We might have to go offensive with that gate. We're going to be early. Early. Whoa, did he hit him with that? Oh, yeah, he got him with that Cataclysm. Sending a Crucible his way as well. Drain life to follow. So Rose XO, Bubble is all he has to leverage with a Shield of Vengeance. Boomasaur has Chaos Bolts for days. He's trying to get this Paladin out in the open ASAP. Dampening is only going to get worse for Rose XO. Boomasaur doesn't have healing to begin with, so he has a good set of cooldowns and huge damage. CC, as well as a little bit of mobility from the gateway. So that might be his one big advantage here. Sending the pet over there to stop Rose from healing. And it's going to pull his pet back immediately. I think Boomasaur might just have to push it into Rose, but his pillar is just such a good spot. It might just not be worth, honestly. The pillar is just way too good for the Paladin because he can just run all the way around it. Handle Freedom a little bit early as he gets hit with a conflag. Doesn't even want to take even a modicum of damage to begin with. So Boomasaur is just going to, I guess, have to wait. Which is a little bit lame. Actually having to push in. Might be able to get an angle still onto Rose, trying to get a Fear. Gets a Fear off, but it's going to be a full Chaos Bolt to follow. Shadow Fear right after. Chaos Bolt right again. Actually going to trinket out of that stun to follow Rose. Just trying to maintain himself ahead. Is that a good trinket? Because later in the duel, once you go in bursting Boomasaur, if you get locked down in the stun, you got nothing. You have Bubble, but I guess he's feeling like, you know what? All I need is a Bubble. I just stay ahead of this guy. Maybe he's just buying himself time and waiting for cooldowns. Still gets hit with that Immolate from around the corner. Come on. 20 years later, the Paladin is still behind the pillar. Come on, Rose. Well, the Warcraft isn't pillar, dude. It's the arena. It's about the enemy and you. Get to know yourself by hitting the enemy. Now maybe he pushes in. Maybe now he goes in. Hey, gonna be a Hodge on the Boomasaur. Does get hit with a succubus. You see immediately. Boomasaur is gonna try to see if he can line himself up a massive Chaos Bolt to follow. Is he gonna get the Infernal in right after Rose? Moseying over to yet another pillar right after. You barely got out. Get out of your shell. Rose just shy. He doesn't like social interactions. But that's going to be the Infernal invading his space. And that's going to be a Malik to follow, actually. So Rose is not going to have any capability to self-heal. He's trying to do whatever bit of self-healing, and Boomasaur having to use his wee little legs to run at Rose XO. Bubble coming out off of that Fear, and that's going to be a wall for Boomasaur. Hodge onto Boom. Can Rose go for big damage? Trinkets out of it, actually, and it's going to get himself a big port. Horror effect for Rose out in the open. Fear to lock him out in the open. Some more. Maybe an Immolate conflag to follow right after. Maybe a big old Casbolt. Shadow Fear around the corner. Does land a Casbolt coming out right now. Double Casbolt to follow. Does Rose get to live those Casbolts? Or a second one does crash in. It is going to go for flashlights immediately. 12 minutes in almost. 11 minutes in, actually. 38% dampening. Rose is still using the pillar in order to stay away from the Chaos Bolts from a Warlock. And Boomasaur having to, again, look at the angles every time. And Rose, one of the advantages he does have with the... Okay, hit somebody on Team Blue. I don't think he meant to do that. But one of the advantages he does have is the fact that the pet is over there, hitting him all the time. Which does allow him some extra procs of the Underrot Trinket. I think Boomasaur is just trying to be like, yo, come out and play, Trying to find a way to get him out in the open. Rose finally feeling confident. Horror effect, sending him in the other direction into a Fear right after. Does glad to Immolate. Maybe a conflag right after. Nope. Missing that Chaos Bolt, or almost getting that Chaos Bolt. Not that he really missed it. Try to get it off. Didn't work out. Boomasaur, what cooldowns do you have left, man? Yeah, at this point, he's just like, this is a joke. This is a joke. This Paladin's playing like a joke. What is this game of pillars, Rose? Come on, man. Get out there. You have. Are you really going to wait for Bubble 3 minutes? Are you really just going to wait there 3 minutes? Rose, everybody's watching. It's embarrassing. Everybody's watching. You sit behind a pillar. You're not getting any cred there, man. Jeez, dude. Jesus. What's up, Dad? What's up, guy? How you doing, man? This is so dumb. I know. Rose is playing like a feral. That's an insult, I think. Get out there and stop harding. I know, right? Oh my god. Rose, just get out there. Play like a man. Whatever happens, happens. Just accept it. Accept that this is the game. Wings are coming up. Is going to hit with a succubus. You see, does have a Hodge and Boomerang, but looks like he's going to be able to get the first shot in with a shot of Fury. Does he have a Trick for it? He does. Cataclysm to follow. Maybe he can get himself a Chaos Bolt. Infernal coming down right now with a horror effect. Posted. No, Rose is walking in the other direction. That's not where he's supposed to go. Does send with the Crucible. Maledict to follow as well. So Rose is actually going to have less healing to work off here. Infernal is up and running on him. Trying to see if maybe you can kite him back into the Infernal. Then Infernal might kill you by himself into a Shield of Vengeance. Boomerang is just trying to see if he can get away from the shield for a second shield. Popping at a distance, trying to send those Crucibles. Boomerang probably should be using for a self-heal honestly. And a Chaos Bolt gun, I think, slam him out. Second Chaos Bolt already loaded up, and I think it's going to be down for the count. How can you sit behind a pillar the whole time? Do you realize how embarrassing it is? That Chaos Bolt is all you deserve, Rose. I love you, but Jesus Christ, who plays like that? And loses! You might as well get out in the open and just fight him like a man. You'll have more cred than just sitting behind a pillar and dying like a coward. Okay, I had my spiel. That was everything, dude. I had everything, dude. That was everything I got out of my system. Let's go, boom! Let's go, dude. Big ol' Chaos Balls having to go against Dom right now. We're gonna have similar playstyle. Oh no. Boomerang was an expert against playing this playstyle, man. Into a conflag right after. Dom is gonna get on top of Boomerang with the leg sweep, but that's gonna be succubus to see. Does he trinket this? He could go for a trinket if he wanted to. Maybe a horror effect all this. Actually going to be a fear to run him in the other direction. So Boom can set up an immolate. Maybe a conflag. It's going to be a stun. Chaos Bolts could come out right after. He's going to get a Chaos Bolt, but that's going to be poured by Dom. Looking to catch a couple of Vivifies right after Boomerang, or maybe landing the Cataclysm around the corner. Does land it. At 58% dampening, the healing is going to be so low. Dom, your healing at this point, my man, it's not going to be up there. You may be able to get yourself a little bit of Vivify spams here and there, but the heals are just so very little at this point. You might as well try to, don't worry about your health, worry about Boomerang's health at this point. I think that's probably the best way to do it. Chaos Bolt coming out, does eat it to the face with a horror effect, passing him away into a fear right after. Immolate to get it reestablished for Boomerang. Dom looking to get that karma ASAP whenever things go bad. Incap into Boomerang for a second. Touchdown does come out, and Boom does not have a way to deal with Dom for a second. Does get a wall up and running. Both walls for both of the players. Maybe Boomerang can get himself a big old Infernal. Ring comes in to interrupt Boom on his Chaos Bolts. And he's looking maybe to get himself a huge setup onto Dom. If he has a trinket, Boomerang trinket out of this one. Dom has no health right now. Wait, could this Chaos Bolt one-shot him right now? Does he have a karma? Oh, karma in at the very last second. Try to see if he can maybe get a fear. If he can get a horror effect up and running, that might be good. Does have a fear onto him. Second fear to follow. Does have an infernal. Shot of fear right after. Does he have one? Shot of fear trying to come out. Does land it into a Chaos Ball. I think down he goes. Does get himself a defensive. Oh, horror effect comes out. He does actually eliminate Boomerang at the end. Oh my god, this man stuck out with it to the end. Very well played, Dom. He kept his head cool as best as he could, but then Peach is gonna go and take you out, man. No health left. No health left. Yeah, boys, eventual dampening is so high. I don't understand why some of you guys like to hang around the pillar the whole time, right? Yeah, I understand, you know, you should probably heal yourself, but like, eventually you just can't recover any more health. And now at this point, don't worry about your health. Worry about the other person's health, right? Yeah, either way, Rose XO is gonna go into the history books as a dirty, dirty pillar humper. Like, he's a good player. He doesn't need to pillar hump, but then he chooses to, and I don't understand it. Sauergar's taking a lot of bleed damage, and looks like Peach is just gonna go for a bleed setup and just outrun him. Sauergar's the Frost DK cannot catch up at this high dampening, 69% dampening. Nice. Just cannot do it. Does get himself. Oh no! He got himself death packed, but it's so little healing. Look at all his health is necrotic out. Oh my goodness. Normally you get yourself quite a bit of health, and only half of it is necrotic. But here most of it is. Kazoo is the last man standing on Team Blue. Is going to get himself a bit of a backflip on top of Peachy with that vengeful retreat. While coming up for Peachy. Does he have enough to survive here though? Barely any health. Can he go maybe for some bleeds onto Kazoo? Can he outrun him a little bit? That's all he's really got going for him right now. If he can at least put some bleeds on the guy, is going to get an opener on him. Trying to go for a big setup, whatever damage he can get it. And is going to try to see if he can run away. Does hit him with a root. Oh, Crucible from a distance. Does cap him out. Who is next? It's either going to be Storage or it's going to be Thundress. Thundress getting in there. Used to get the slack and lasses whenever possible. That's exactly what this man's plan should be. Getting hit with a stun by Kazoo, knocking the Demon Hunter back, and that should be maybe a light lasso. Kazoo trying to avoid the lasso as best as possible. Gets himself a Fire Elemental, which is perfect. Earth Elemental as well. Go through him, going to be beating up into Kazoo, not shrinking in this at all. I think they'll just might have more damage to follow. Let's get a Mallet just now. Look like he might have gotten a Maledic into a Hex right after Tricky coming in by Kazoo. Interrupt onto Thundress. Might want to burn a wall here. Does get a wall up and running. That Elemental is doing as much damage as a humanly can. Kazoo getting quite a bit of healing even at this high dampening. And down goes Thundress. Didn't even get a chance. And Storage, realizing that this is the last man standing, wants to give him the best honor duel possible. The biggest bow in the world. Look at him, dude. He's swole. It looks so swole. Look at him. I never noticed what demon hunters look like when they just walk while in meta. You're just constantly swole, dude. His arms to the side. He can't put him down. And that's gonna be a bit of a slow onto Kazoo. Does get hit with an interrupt. Storm's getting his bed out and riled up and beefed up. Stun onto Kazoo. He just needs to keep Kazoo out there for a little bit longer. Kazoo needs to end this game right now versus Storms. He needs to do the most amount of damage he can in the shortest amount of time. Does get a stun onto Storms into a darkness right after. The Basilisk is over there, but at least the Basilisk is in darkness. Try to turn around on the Basilisk for a second. Storms needs to cut him back to the Basilisk so that big pet can do quite a bit of damage. Storms is unable to do that. Should disengage over to the Basilisk. Finally able to. I've him hitting him from afar. Still unable to do it, but does he need the Basilisk? He does not. Just get himself a little bit of damage and down he goes. Very well done, boys. Very well done. You're down, my man. What's up, Texan? How you doing, my dude? Hope you're having a good one. I have nothing to do. I'll try one of my mage. Go for it, Seawark. What the welcome to, dude. I don't know if I had a range pillow home spec. Blizzard really specking up with these classes. I know, right? I'm glad that Pally died. Really? Oh, man. What's up, down? What's up, Artillery? Howdy, my man. Hope you're having a good one. Yo, Ellen Dilly, I know you're a better player than that, man. We both know you're a better player than that. You don't need pillars. That's all I'm saying, dude. I love you, but pillars are boring. Damn. And don't think I'm just like, oh, it's because it's Ellen Dilly. I'm giving them all the shit about the pillars. Remember, Vanish XO versus Tothylock on EU that had a 1v1, and you home pillars was like, this is getting awkward with those pillars. Come on, Vanish. I love you, but pillars, man. Come on. Happen to play against the hardest counter in the game. Also happen to be broken spec in the game at the moment. Everybody calls each other broken, dude. At this point, nobody's broken, Ellen Dilly. Everybody says this guy's broken, that guy's broken. When everybody's broken, nobody's broken. God, dude. That's a bad excuse. That's a bad excuse. Don't make excuses. Just man up. Eat the game. Be like, good duel. I appreciated that. You can say it was tough for you. You can say it was tough for you. But that's about all you can do, man. Outside of that, like, it's just, come on. Be a man about it. It might be tough for you, sure. You'd be like, yo, that's a hard duel for me. I appreciate that. Good duel. Be a man about it. That's all I'm saying. Got character glad? Come on, man. Ban him not watching that again. I hope he doesn't do that again. Hope he doesn't do that again, but we'll see, we'll see. Ty got another group, perfect. We got Boris as well. Hey, I broke my hand, watching live. Hey, Boris, how you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one. Sav, I think, is ready, so let's get Sav and Ty in here real quick. Ready, us versus Sav. Wait, players ready? Okay, let's get Sav real quick. I want to see... Get new group 5 on Mage. Let's get Sav and Ty. Because I want to see more of the Blood of the Enemy Arcane Mage, dude. I want to see more of the Blood of the Enemy Arcane Mage. I want to see what it looks like. Like, more chances to see that. You 5 on Mage, perfect. I'll get you next, Seabark. Versus player. How does that sound, my guy? Whenever you complain about Pillar Humpy Dog, remember the time you cut it red for 20 minutes. Mwahahaha. Was it, who did I kite? Who was it that I kited? Wasn't it, Youngedin? That's a guildie of mine, dude. That's a guildie. Again, I did what I could as Outlaw. At that time, at that point in the patch, Outlaw was dookie. And I did what I could as Outlaw. And I played to the end. I'll play to the end. But it's not like I sat behind the pillar the whole time. I kept coming out, hitting one strats. You can go back to the game. Again, I'm not making excuses for myself either. Dude, I did what I could. But I did not want to lose to a guildie. I'm telling you right now, it might have been very boring to watch, but I was a guildie of mine, Youngedin, and I did not want to lose to him. He doesn't even PvP, and I was like, I can't lose. I can't lose. Was it in Legion, actually? It might have been in Legion, actually. Might have been in Legion, if not BFA. What was a battle tag name? Dalaran #1340. I can go rock spec if you want. Go for it, Boom. That'll be so much fun, dude, if you got the gear for it. Fuck yeah. Rikyu? Okay, we'll Rikyu us again. I'm not a coward if every time I win an honorable duel and they don't. Nah, it's all good, Reza. Yeah, you guys don't need to give each other an honorable duel. That's always, you know, it's a 5-4-1 duel. As soon as the next person on your team is dead, you're more than welcome to do whatever you want to. If you want to get in and clap them out, like let's say you have somebody like a monk obliterating everybody in your team, but then you're like the third person to fight him and he has no cooldowns, and you're like, man, maybe I should take him out right now before he makes it impossible for my team to come back, because you're a team in a sense. It's your dueling, but you guys are also a team. You're trying to get your team more games. You're trying to be the other team. You're just going one at a time. Probably is a group finder open. It's all good. Ty is taking a second. Yeah, we'll get you the tab and Ty in a sec. I got a fifth. Ah, gonna be rusty on my mage. Want to miss all ranks. It's all good, my dude. Don't worry about it. Pillar's your friend? Yeah, Pillar is your friend. Pillar is your friend. But like constantly abusing it? Really? If it's fine for me to add you 5V5 Nick Pop 24 411. Do you have a group? Do you have a group, my guy? Because I queue people that have a group. Dude, Kren? You guys know Kren, right? You guys know Kren, right? Best mod on the stream? One of the best? She's a sweetheart. She's been playing Classic by herself. Usually we play together. But she's playing Is that Zach making his own character? Zach, is that you? Is that you? Zach sucks, he's garbage? What the fuck, Zach? Zach is not bad. Come on. Get him last one right now? Alrighty. Waiting for the last one for Ty. Don't abuse your friends. Never abuse your friends. Whatever to that little Gronk monk that... I don't know who that is. Little Gronk. Are you talking about that guy with a duel? Oh yeah, that dude tried to hit me back up with Classic. I was like, Nah. Nah, you stay away. Yeah, he's bad here, dude. He's toxic. Turns out he's really fucking toxic. I didn't even know that guy, dude. When the whole thing was happening, I didn't even know that dude. What do you know, little children jokes? A lot of them. In your opinion, what is the best rogue spec at the moment? Probably, I don't know, depends what you do. I'm someone who likes to play underdogs, and I feel underdogs can do well, okay? For me, it's Outlaw. For your average player, I think Assassination is the easiest to get into. It has consistency, good single target. Vendetta is awesome. You have a blind, Garrode, bleeds, dots, burst, consistency, Toxic Blade. You have everything you need. No, I'm not Zach. I feel like that would be Zach, dude. Come on, man. Why would you say Zach sucks? Man. Poor Kren. Yeah, but Kren been playing Classic. She's almost gotten her Mage wand that's good for Frost. Catching up in levels. And I'm so proud of her because she was like, I don't want to play by myself. I was like, but you gotta. I'm a little bit ahead of you. Just catching up on them levels, and I'm so proud. She's going on a journey. Kren playing retail, she can go into a fucking any normal hero group and just top charge, dude, on a DH or a mage, whichever one she ends up gearing the most. Recently, it's been a lot of DH, and she's just top in charge, dude. She has good trinkets too and everything. She's doing just fine. But she doesn't want to get into like a raiding guild, so I was like, you do okay. Like, what the fuck? Join our heroic run. She's like, no. I don't get it. And then when it comes to Classic, I don't want to embarrass her either. But when it comes to Classic, she's like, I don't want to go by myself. No, I'm gonna have a hard time. I'm like, but you're a mage! You just spam Frostbolt! It's gonna be a little slow, you know, without me backstabbing and ambushing things, but it'll be alright. I'm so proud of her, just telling you guys. Did the last stream Classic WoW? Meme? Nah. It's something I like to play in my free time, but that's about it. Ready? Okay, cool. I don't think Ty has a group. Ty does have a group. He was waiting for +1. I think they're good and done. We're trying to get Ty versus Sav. Hopefully both of them are in. I get auto-directed here, yeah. This isn't 1v1 arena. This isn't 1v1 arena duels. I get auto-directed here. It's a 5v5 1v1. It is 1v1s, but there's 5 people in each group. And it's Pokemon style. Like, people roll to see what order they're in. The first person goes, and the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. So every time somebody dies, the next person goes and stuff. That's as close to 1v1s as we can get it to get. It's 5v5 1v1s, so they're not proper 1v1s. They're 5v5 1v1s with some modifications. Like, Shadow Priest can use Life Swap to be viable in duels, because sometimes it's hard for them not to. When going against like a Death Knight or Demon Hunter, it's impossible. Then what else we got? Sub-rogues can use Shadowy Duel and an ally. Certain raid buffs are okay, like Mage, Priest, and Warrior. Pally buffs are to yourselves. Stealth is no be out of stealth unless you're dueling, stuff like that. Little rules to make it somewhat balanced. You know what I mean? Switch. What do we got? We got ourselves fast kills. Fast skills or fast kills? Fast skills on Rag. Playing that Assassination. We got ourselves I'm so dope. On to you. I'm psyched and shock me, baby. Versus, we got Necromancy, we got Not Sponge, we got Stalaki in here as well. Storms in the back and Vengecraft. Alright, boys. Good luck and have fun. This guy's a Frost TK. Whoa. I really do like the smog, dude. It looks like he's gonna be up first. Death is near, Necromancy is here. Keck, what the? Okay. It looks like it's gonna be Stalaki first up versus Shock Me Baby. Playing that Elemental Shaboy. Oh boy. And Stalaki just trying to find himself a better angle to approach from. Is gonna actually have all his totems up and down on the arena. Needs to go for a big old line, big old lasso onto this Feral. Try to see if he can juke out a kick. It actually got skull bashed at a weird time against the Feral. This is going to be a meteor dropping down, trick inside of it. The lasso immediately. Shock Baby going for the wall, trying to go for healing surge. Says no skull bash is available. Seleki does not have a badge or anything to log the shaman down. That's going to be a bit of a Zapparoonie coming down for Shock Me Baby. He is able to still get himself a little bit of healing. Skull bash should be back up. That fire elemental has been pelting at Seleki this whole time. Does get a short stun to Shock Me. And oh my god, that Earth Shock eliminated him. He had a full Sky Fury totem, dude. He should have gotten away from that elemental, because that thing is doing quite a bit of damage. Not Sponge is up next. Are you playing Outlaw? Looks like you have some katanas. A little katana dagger and a katana sword. I think this man is playing some Outlaw. That's going to be a hard one. Blade Flurry? This isn't vanilla WoW. Blade Flurry gives you a 20% auto attack buff. It does nothing on retail. You should read the ability, my dude. It's going to be a bit of a defensive strat for Shock Me Baby right now. Just trying to tank up a little bit. Trying to see if he can get a kick out of Not Sponge. It looks like he was able to get a kick out. What the fuck? Ladies and gentlemen, we seem to have some sort of interruption. It looks like Necromancer wasn't gonna wait on Scarlet Crusade. He wasn't gonna willing to wait for Rogue to fight against Shock Me Baby. So it looks like he enters the ring. Shock Me Baby has a different opponent. It looks like Not Sponge wasn't actually, he was not the sponge he needs, but Necromancy is the sponge that we deserve. Big Earth Shock hitting him right now. Welcoming out for Shock Me Baby. Trying to reduce some of the damage. Does over Earth Elemental to get a second wall up and running. Knocking the Death Knight back out. Looks like Necromancy is blind, deaf, stupid, or any combination of both. Looks like going from a Death Knight, he decided to get rotted, get interrupted away, capacitor totem into a stun right after with that lightning lasso. Necromancy, another stun, allowing healing surges to happen. Necromancy, I don't know what's going on in this man's brain, but doesn't look like it's a lot. Sky Fury turn coming down. It looks like an Earth Shock will be able to close out the game as long as Shock Me Baby can get one up and running. Blood of the enemy coming out. Let's see what big old setup. Necromancy looking like he's about to get slammed any moment right now. Has the blood of the enemy of his own. Looks like grounding totem is up, and I don't understand what happened. And next up is going to be Not Sponge. It looks like the Death Knight is not paying attention, not listening. Whoever told him, hey, you have a specific number, we have an order at which people go, but I guess the guy decided to get an early death, and I guess that's all he deserves. Vantage coming out for Not Sponge right now. Does he have a Flame Shock, though? I was not aware. Trying to get an interrupt on Shock Me Baby. I don't think he was able to get one. Shock Me getting a couple of those lightning bolts and onto Not Sponge, but that Cloak of Shadows is keeping him alive and floating. Shock Me Baby dropping down the Sky Fury, killing Spirit to follow, getting him quite low. Can Not Sponge do enough damage here? Shock Me Baby does hit him with a big old Earth Shock, trying to get himself some healing. Lightning Lasso trinkets out of it immediately, and I think the Shaman might go down here. Not Sponge does get to take him out on EU, not letting the Rogue reset. Just gonna go for a setup here off the bat. Short stun in the world for that Lightning Lasso. A little bit of an I-beam right now, and that's gonna be trinket by on EU. Blind onto the Demon Hunter. Not Sponge actually got himself a nice reset. If he can get a resap onto Oniyu, he does get it. Well then, this man got out of this scot-free. Hopefully he's got himself a heal or two. Because going against a full-on blown Demon Hunter, this is going to be rough. That DK, no idea, man. No idea what's going through his head. Dude, I used to play on a server called Scarlet Crusade. Not the best players, I'm telling you right now. They don't bring the best. Into the stun onto Not Sponge, and Blade dancing down. He goes on you, taking out the Rogue. But at least the Rogue was. At least I'm glad the Rogue backed up when he saw things happening. I appreciate you, Not Sponge, backing up for a second, my man. I really do. Because you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Something's wrong here. That's not how these duels go. I'm gonna back up. I was out. I'm so sad, Yoshi. You're fine, man. I appreciate you backing up for a second. And you did really well against the DH. That's a hard fight. You didn't have any self heals available at that point, so that's tough. When you're running out of defensives and a Demon Hunter just on top of you, shredding through you. Storms is going to be up next, 4 minutes in. Did he DC? Maybe he's back. I don't. Maybe he just walked away because he was like, oh, I'm stunned for a year. I'm going to walk away, get a drink. Walked away, came back. Oh, I'm not stunned anymore? Hey. How's it going? Maybe expect to get stunned from a distance. And on you, just get back onto Storms. Storms. No longer with the turtle. Good. Good freezing trap. That's perfect. Even on you is like, hey, where did this thing come from? It's like, what? Freezing trap? Oh, come on. Even his facial expression made the same reaction. And Storms got himself a bit of a defensive stun onto Onyu. This way he could maybe go for a bit of damage. Does get a big old Basilisk out. Gonna be Metamorphosis by Onyu. Stunning the Basilisk for a second. And Storms needs to get away. No, get next to the Basilisk. Keep this Demon Hunter next to him. And slow him down as best as possible. The Basilisk could do quite a bit of damage, but he's trying to avoid the thing as best as possible. Freezing Trap does arrive, but a little bit late. And Vengecraft is the last man standing on Team Red. Flying up in the air. Is Onyu going to do the same thing? Nope. He's going to stay down below, dropping on Darkness. And is able to absorb at least a portion of those attacks. Is going to land in prison onto Vengecraft. Vengecraft still coming in though. Full freshen cooldown, stun while mid-A. Does shrink it out with a Metamorphosis to follow. Both of these two just blinking all over the place, maybe even lagging. Double Crucible by Venge onto Onyu. And into Malik to follow. Onyu is going to have a really hard time recovering here. This way he might want to play defensive. He's just going to go flying up in the air. Vengecraft can't chase him, but he's going to take exactly the same note from his book. Even going to go for a little bit of a Shadow Meld, not to take any of that damage. Onyu coming back though from the sky. Normal Malik, he might be just fine to be able to continue on with this duel and keep trucking along. A little bit of a blade dance. Vengecraft still has a full thing of Metamorphosis using Crucible defensively. So he's just trying to outlast this guy. 6 minutes in, he's looking to maybe get into the next fight right after. Imprison onto Onyu. If Vengecraft can get a different setup for himself with another stun lock wombo combo. Stun comes in, Onyu does shrink it out of it. And it looks like he wants to get offensive himself. Vengecraft get interrupted. Now he's going to go fly up in the air. It looks like these guys are going to exchange who gets to fly in first.